watch your shoes on that. You touch that with your foot, it'll get dirty as heck, babe.
Okay.
All right. Well, I did it. I went to pull apart. Got a 5.3 out of that Tahoe, that junky white Tahoe. If you guys watched my last video, I did not film it because I knew it was going to kick my butt, which it did. And so what I just got done doing is dealing with the rusty manifold portion of this. I didn't film it because I have a whole video on this before I got the white Camaro running on removing these things. So if you want to see that, go watch it. And there's a bunch of videos out there on how to do it. I just welded these, a couple of them on my vice grip with heat, whatever. That kicked my butt too. When you get older, it's really hard to squeeze those vice grips. Anyway, so like I said, stuff has escalated. I realistically probably should have left this thing the way it was with the manifolds on, and then pulled the oil pan because I kind of want to see what's going on. We've seen the top end in that junkyard video. It looked pretty clean. But it doesn't mean the bottom end's that good. You know, you never know. So I'm going to, instead of cleaning up my mess here, I'm going to make more of a mess and pull the oil pan and hopefully see some good stuff. So I'm going to get to that. Oh boy. Hopefully this doesn't fall on me. It didn't seem like it did.
Oh.
Okay, that's good. There's oil, not water. Nice stability here. So we're gonna let that guy drip for a minute. I am gonna flip this thing over, but I'm just gonna peek up in here real quick. Bottom end looks okay. There's a pan under here. You can bring that camera under here if you can. Watch your feet. See the valley pan, or the, I don't know what they call it. It's a pan that covers windage tray. I think that's what it's called. To keep the oil from sloshing and stuff. We got to remove that to totally see, you know, the rods and stuff. So I'm gonna let this guy leak a little bit here. Flip him over and see what we can find. These blocks get so rusty. Oh, well, that's great. We have a bolt in the back here that's blocking us from spinning it all the way. See that? That guy right there? Yeah. So, this is going to be a side project. Don't break off of there. Okay. Gonna have to take the, I mean, it looks pretty good in here. Not like totally caked, you know. The oil pan looks, I mean, that's normal for everyday use on a vehicle, you know. I can't really see the bottom of it. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, because there's still some oil in it. Oh. So it doesn't look super sludgy in there, which is good. But we'll try to get this windage tray out and see what we can find. No 12? You know, we're pretty much doctors when it comes to cars. Right? You gotta get ASEs. Is that kind of like a medical certification? What do you think?
What are you saying?
Like, we have to get, if you want to be a mechanic, you have to get certified. It's pretty much like getting a doctorate.
No.
I think so.
Being a doctor takes like 10 years.
So does a mechanic.
No, that's like 10 months.
How do you know? You ever been a mechanic?
No, but I'm dating one.
I'm not a mechanic. I'm just... Smells alright. So, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to take out this the oil pickup to get this tray out. We just got a whole type of mess in here.
That's an understatement.
That's rude. Oh, So you got an O-ring in this guy. He's got stuck in there. We're going to kind of leave it like that so it's the red O-ring. So if you replace that, you realistically want to replace it with another red one. We're going to set this guy in the oil pan. This screen looks pretty good too. Doesn't look all clogged up or anything. Not too shabby. Oh, dang. All right. Let me take my gloves off here. This is Amber's first time seeing its I have an engine in person. So we can get a little peek at our cylinders here, which I haven't even shook these rods yet. And man, there is some good. That one's got a little bit of stuff on the bottom, but oh yeah, it doesn't hit to there, that's why. Here, let me see the camera. I don't know if you could really see that well, but if you look up top, there's not too much cross hatching, like on the bottom obviously, but in the cylinder, there's not too much, but I mean, it still looks nice and shiny. So that's good, from what I can see at least. So I'm gonna put another set of gloves on here and give these rods a nice little wiggle. And this gasket still on there, or is that? Oh, this is by itself. All right. Well, this will be good then, because if it seems to be okay, and I don't see any crazy metal shavings or anything like that. If none of these shake like crazy, but like I said, if they shook like crazy, you'd probably see some metal. Then we could probably just gasket at this thing, paint it. I don't want to paint it. I may, who knows? Anyway, whatever. I'm gonna give the camera back to Amber because I don't know what I'm doing. I have to look up to see if these oil pans will actually fit in the third gens. I remember looking it up. You have to like notch the cross member, but everything I was looking up, I didn't really see that. And people said when they ran the truck pan, it would fit. It just hung really low. We're not really going for a we're not going to lower the car, at least I don't think. And have you looked at the prices of the hot rod oil pan? No thanks. So, anytime you're checking a bottom end, from my experience, you don't want no back and forth like this way. You side to side, this side to side is normal. That's all normal. Same thing here.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Why? Why? So up and down, you don't want to feel anything. Side to side is normal on every journal. Oh. Yeah, side to side's normal. Up and down, you don't want to feel anything. So I don't feel anything crazy. It feels pretty tight. I mean, from a finger aspect, but that's pretty good. So I mean, I've done as much as I can just to check this out. I'm happy that I don't see anything crazy, no crazy metal shavings. Like, if you pulled this pan, you would, and there was like a bearing going out or something like that, you would see an immense, like, it would hit you right in the face. You'd be able to see the metal shavings. It'd be in the bottom of the pan. Anywhere in here, it'd be all glittery. So, as rusty as this block is, my 5.3 that I put in the Camaro was pretty rusty too. And like I said, it was clean up top and everything. As rusty as this outside is, the inside looks like pretty good. So, I cannot believe one of these things something like this came out of that or that white and black Tahoe, because that thing was beat up, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was beat up. So obviously it must have seemed like rust got a hold of it, and that's why. Who knows how many miles it had, but from what I'm seeing, looks pretty decent, even if it was high mileage. So I'm gonna maybe just magnet the rust out of that. I'd like to put the pan back on. We'll see what happens. I'm at least put the belly pan back on, or the windage tray. I'll catch you in a few. Well, I don't know if you guys can see anything, but I'm cleaning this oil pan with an old pair of boxers. Got it pretty good. I'd like to get a little bit more. There's still some oil in this oil filter, but I'm going to replace this pan gasket anyway. But I'm just trying to get this clean for now. Maybe when I pull it off to, when I pull it off to to replace the pan gasket. Because what I'm going to do is put this back on, get the thing flipped over, get everything off of it, and get all that old rust off of there, and clean it up, clean everything off of it, and then I'll pull this back off, probably replace that O-ring on the pickup tube, replace this pan gasket, and that's about it, maybe. I don't have a cam. I do have a cam for an LS inside, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. I kind of want to just keep this stock and see how fast we can go with it. I'll catch you here in a bit. All right, y'all. So that's kind of it for now, at least tonight. Looks good in there, I'm pretty happy about that. Gonna pull that oil pan back off here soon. I'm gonna get a gasket for it, get a new O-ring for that pickup tube, intake gasket, I'm guessing, maybe some valve cover gaskets, just to be on the safe side. Next portion, what we're probably gonna end up doing is removing that back cover, that tail shaft housing off that TH400, and putting the new one on there. Pretty happy about this thing. Honestly, all I'm going to do next, like I said, is replace those gaskets. Rear main seal's not leaking. The front seal's not leaking either, so I don't think I'm touching them. Got to get water pump gaskets. I think I have a set of those. And next thing I'm going to do is literally get all this flaky junk off here. Like I said, the 5.3 in the white Camaro was like that too, and it was all right. And yeah, pretty much leave it at that. So I'll see you here in a bit when I am possibly pulling that rear cover off that trans. Check you soon. Yee! Back on this thing. So it's been a couple days, but I got this thing the rust all chipped off of it and cleaned up, power washed. I kind of grind these surfaces down on here where the headers go. This backside's a little pitted, so we may have to use a little bit of sealer there on those. The driver's side's pretty good, so we'll see. So we're gonna move on to trying to swap out this rear tail shaft housing. I got this one right here. So yes, this is a TH400, and I got this from Summit for like 30 bucks. And I got this whole gasket kit. It came as a whole kit. I literally only needed this, but it came with everything, and I couldn't find this thing by itself. So I'm I'm going to set you guys up here, and we're going to try to get this thing off. I don't know if any fluid's going to come out of it. So yeah, maybe I should prepare for that. Maybe I'll put like a couple blocks of wood under the pan so it leans the trans like forward so that it hopefully doesn't come out of the back. I guess we'll see. I got two pieces here. Let's see. Oh boy. If you slide these under here. Maybe even just like that, honestly. So this guy just slides in there, which is odd to me because, yeah, this is for like a bolt-in style yoke. I'm guessing. This guy is going away, this big drum piece. I just had it in there to keep something in there. Maybe we'll stick this bag under it or something. I don't know. I don't really feel like going and grabbing an oil pan. Let's figure out what bolt size these are. And these ones look like they're studs. We're going to maybe try to get those out of there so we can use bolts, or we could just clean them up and use the studs. When in doubt, give yourself carpal tunnel. Man, that thing is dry. Let's grab a PB, eh? It seemed to help a bit. I may just take these out by hand. I don't want to mess up these threads. Alright, cool. We got them all out. Now we're gonna make sure we actually have them all out. And give this guy a tippy tap with our hammer. And cool, no fluid. Thank God. So yeah, I don't know if you could see that. This has got a like a ball bearing in it on both ends. This is for more like a heavy duty bolt-in or like a thicker hardened yoke. We're not going to be using that, obviously. And this is 32 teeth on here. I did count this. I actually counted it on the drum. So we're going to clean up this surface here and put our gasket on and put our new housing on, I guess. Don't judge me, I'm lazy. This is a little different, but this one has like a recess in there for the O-ring. But to me, this looks like that's gonna work. So we'll pop our gasket on here. Kind of nice that this thing can kind of hold our gasket in place here, maybe. And we're just going to take another screw, start it, start this one, just so our gasket is lined up. Alright, so we just got to find some nuts for this, and this thing's done. So let's go see if I have a yoke for this. So I have this yoke. It may be 32 spline. This is from like a T5 or something. Oh no, not gonna work. So I hope that maybe I'll just leave it like this for now, because I don't want if it starts leaking out of there, I don't want to have to deal with that. So we're going to leave that like that. Looks pretty good. Not too bad of an install either. Pretty easy. I'll catch you guys here in a sec. All right, we got this thing on here. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get some nuts for this. Looks like they're maybe 3/8 fine thread. I tried a couple nuts I have on there. It doesn't fit. We're gonna have to hit the hardware store and play a guessing game. So I could probably get rid of this thing because obviously we're not using that. Other thing I have to do with this is possibly get a torque converter for it, unless the LS flywheel will like 3 of these holes will mount up to it, because there's only 3 on like a 4L60E torque converter. There's 6 on this. Well, that's a future Rudy problem. So we'll see about that. Next thing you'll probably see on this thing is the wiring harness video. It's not going to be super in-depth because it's just going to take too long. There's a lot of information. I'll put a lot of links in the actual description. But I am building a standalone harness for this 5.3. The 5.3 I got for this car came with that, with the ECU and harness, so I had it. Because obviously in this car I used a Z28 harness and a Z28 ECU. So it was like kind of plug and play. So I'm building a standalone. I didn't want to buy a standalone because, one, I know I can build one out of that because I'm pretty good with wiring. And I didn't want to spend $150 on one of the cheap Chinese Amazon ones. And I didn't want to spend $400 to $500 on an actual standalone one when I can build one myself. I'm pretty knowledgeable with wires and everything. So I used to do installs and stuff like that on cars back in the day. So I'm glad I did that then, so I have the knowledge now. There is also the extension harness you'll see in the next video, to where it like adapts to the actual standalone you build. So it comes with like a fuse block and everything like that, relays, and that's from Michigan Motorsports. From me, what I can tell, it looks like it's a pretty nice kit. Step-by-step instructions. If you know wiring and you can do like your minimal stuff, you should be able to figure it out if you can build this standalone. Where I got my standalone information is lt1swap.com. That guy has a great write-up, a lot of schematics on there, a bunch of stuff. Very good website. Like I said, I'll put that in the description too, and I'll put Michigan Motorsports in there. Probably on the next video. Just stick around and check that one out. All those links will be in that one. So we'll be adapting to that. I didn't want to use the big, bulky factory fuse block. So that's kind of why we went with that. And don't buy cheap Chinese wires. They don't last and could cause a fire possibly. I don't like fires at all. So anyway, we got this thing all done. Cleaned up at least. There's a couple things we got to do and stuff, but you'll see that in the wiring video. I did get some motor plates for this, the ICT billet ones, where I think you can adapt the clamshell to it, like the small block Chevy clamshell, because there's mounts in the Firebird, and that's what we're using. Because if you've ever tried to do mounts in a 3rd gen Firebird or Camaro, it's a pain in the butt. And we're going to use those. One day I'll probably solid mount it, but that's for the future. Like I said, future Rudy problem. So that's it for this right now. And that trans, we'll figure some stuff out. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a like, leave a comment if you'd like. Hit subscribe, whatever you want to do. Or just come back, check the videos out, because we're here making memories. Take it easy.